You're watching the Central Post. This is Samiksha Jain. It's March 25, 2026, and according to US President Donald Trump, the war is already over. We have won the war, he said. Iran is totally defeated. Talks are happening with the right people in Tehran, and apparently there's even a present from Iran for him. He added. At this point, it looks less like geopolitics, more like one person summarizing a conversation that the other side didn't even attend. Behind the scenes, though, something serious is happening. A 15-point ceasefire plan from the US sent to Iran, not directly, but through Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan. The same country trying to balance diplomacy while not being able to balance its own economic reality. Well, back to topic. The plan includes sanction reliefs, limits on nuclear and missile programs, global monitoring, and safe oil flow through the Gulf. Trump even paused strikes on Iranian power plants for 5 days to give talks a chance. But at the same time, more US troops are heading into the region. So yeah, peace, but with backup. But here's where things flip. Because Iran's response was clear and direct. No talks are happening at all. Instead, Iran laid out 7 conditions, and they are not small. Close US bases in the Gulf, end attacks, stop Israeli strikes on groups like Hezbollah, lift all sanctions, pay compensation for destructions, no limits on its nuclear program, and Iran would charge ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. In simple terms, this is a negotiation, this is a reset. But Iran didn't stop there. They went sarcastic, digitally sarcastic. A fake WhatsApp chat showing Trump texting himself, "Hey Ayatollah, I'll pause attacks. Let's talk straight. Thanks." And the label? Message yourself. This is not just a reply, that's a perfectly timed IRO. Now, from an Indian perspective, this sits a bit differently, because we have seen this before. When Donald Trump made claims about India-Pakistan tensions last year, and the numbers that kept evolving, 5 jets, 7 jets, and 11 Rafales of India shut down by Pakistan and all, and India didn't exactly rush to counter it publicly. No sharp rebuttal, no digital sarcasm, just silence. Now, you could call that restraint or a very calibrated foreign policy choice. But Iran, that's choosing completely different route. Not just rejecting the claims, but calling them out publicly, creatively, and a little theatrically. But beyond the statements and sarcasm, the situation is still serious. Missiles are flying, the Strait of Hormuz is under pressure. Oil markets are reacting and the real lives are at stake. People are losing their lives. So the question is this the beginning of peace talks or just a very public disagreement getting louder? Because right now it doesn't look like the end of the war. It looks like the beginning of a very complicated negotiation and 2 completely different versions of reality. That's the picture for now. Keep watching the Central Post and we'll keep you updated whatever else comes up.